Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this explosive episode of Loose Women, where the air is thick with anticipation and the studio lights beam down like spotlights on a battlefield. Today, we're diving headfirst into a storm that's been brewing across tabloids, social media feeds, and whispered conversations in royal drawing rooms. The shocking clash between the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, and our very own fierce panelist, Judi Love. Picture these: it's a crisp autumn morning in the heart of London's ITV studios, the kind where the Thames fog clings to the windows like a reluctant guest, and the Loose Women set is buzzing with its usual mix of laughter, gossip, and unfiltered truths. The panel, a powerhouse quartet of voices: Judi Love with her booming laugh and no-nonsense vibe, alongside the sharp-witted Denise Welch, the ever-poised Charlene White, and the bubbly Stacey Solomona sips tea from porcelain cups that seem far too delicate for the drama about to unfold. The topic: royal resilience in the face of relentless scrutiny, a subject that's catnip for this show, especially with Meghan's recent Netflix bombshell dropping like a grenade in Buckingham Palace. But no one, not even the producers with their clipboards and stopwatches, could have predicted the seismic shift when Meghan herself struts onto the set, her Louboutins clicking like Morse code warnings, dressed in a tailored white blazer that screams power and poise, her hair swept into an effortless chignon that says she's ready for war disguised as brunch. The audience erupts in applause, a mix of cheers and curious murmurs rippling through the rows of daytime devotees, many clutching their mugs of PG tips as if they were shields. Judi, seated at the curved table with its floral centerpiece, flashes her trademark megawatt smile, but there's a glint in her eye, a part excitement, part something sharper, like she's sizing up a sparring partner. "Welcome, Your Royal Highness, or should I say, our California Queen," Judi booms, her Jamaican lilt draping around the words like warm honey laced with spice. Fast forward a mere 24 hours, and the digital realm has transformed into a coliseum where gladiators armed with keyboards and outrage battle for supremacy. The #Meghan vs Judi hashtag trending higher than a royal flight past. Newsrooms from The Sun to the New York Times churn out headlines like "Duchess dismissed," "Loose Women's shocking send-off," each article a tapestry of speculation woven with recycled quotes and anonymous sources. Pundits on morning shows sip coffee while picking apart the body language of Judi's palm slam as alpha assertion, Meghan's chair scrape as dignified exit, turning a 10-minute segment into a semester's worth of analysis. Social media is a maelstrom. Influencers with millions of followers post reaction videos, their faces contorted in mock horror or gleeful schadenfreude, while anonymous accounts spew venom or vitriol in equal measure. Finally, someone called out the Markle myth. Crows one thread, racking up likes from monarchy diehards, while another counters with screenshots of Meghan's charity hauls, captioned "hypocrisy in high heels." Judi's phone vibrates non-stop, texts from celebrities like Whoopi Goldberg praising her gutsy realness, DMs from fans sharing their own tales of imposter syndrome in spotlighted spaces. She scrolls in her cozy North London flat, cat curled on her lap, a glass of red wine in hand, the TV muted on a replay of the clip that's now garnered 5 million views. "Lord, what have I done?" she chuckles to herself, but there's a knot in her stomach, a fear that her passion has painted her as the villain in Meghan's heroine arc. Across the Atlantic, in the sun-kissed sprawl of Montecito, Meghan hosts an impromptu war council, Harry pacing with that ginger intensity, pacing the terracotta tiles, their therapist on Zoom from LA, and a PR team brainstorming angles over avocado toast. "Frame it as empowerment interrupted," suggests the lead strategist, a silver-haired veteran of Clinton scandals. Meghan, makeup-free and fierce in yoga pants, shakes her head. "No, we own the narrative here. When women lift each other, we all rise, but sometimes the ladder wobbles." By noon, Archewell drops a statement, elegant, unapologetic, hinting at deeper dialogues to come. The royals, ever the sphinxes, maintain silence, but palace insiders whisper to friendly journos about disappointment in the handling, fueling fresh rounds of what-ifs. Back in the UK, Loose Women HQ is a hive of activity. Nadia Sawalha, filling in for the next episode, fields calls from irate viewers demanding Judi's head, while calling Nolan Brews tea strong enough to wake the dead. The show's ratings spike 40%, a boon for advertisers peddling everything from stairlifts to slimming shakes. But the internal mood is somber. A memo circulates reminding panelists of boundaries in live discourse. Week 2 dawns with reconciliation rumors swirling like confetti in a wind tunnel, tabloids teasing secret ceasefire, Meghan and Judi's private parley. But the truth is messier, a tangle of egos and emails exchanged through intermediaries. Judi wakes to a voicemail from Meghan's assistant, polite, professional, proposing an off-record chat to clear the air, and her heart skips. A mix of dread and hope. She agrees, suggesting a neutral ground, a quiet cafe copyright in Notting Hill, far from prying lenses, where the scent of fresh croissants mingles with the possibility of peace. They meet at dusk, Meghan slipping in through a side door in oversized sunglasses and a baseball cap, Judi already at a corner table nursing a flat white, her tracksuit a deliberate armor of casualness. No cameras, no crew, just two women. Orders of Earl Grey steaming between them, the table a no man's land of folded napkins and unspoken apologies. Judi, that day, I felt exposed, like my armor was stripped in front of the world. Meghan begins, voice low, eyes searching. Judi nods, stirring her tea counterclockwise, a habit from childhood superstitions. And I felt like I was drowning in silence. Cisa, the weight of what we represent. It's crushing. I lashed out because your light sometimes blinds the shadows we're still in. The conversation meanders like the cafe copyright test jazz playlist, from shared stories of microaggressions in Hollywood boardrooms to laughs over bad hair days on set, peeling back layers until the raw nerve is soothed, not severed. They part with a hug that's genuine, lingering, the kind that says we're not done, but we're not enemies. Word leaks, of course, a barista tweet. A blurry photo and the press pounces, spinning it as truce in tights. Loose ladies and the Lost Duchess unite. Loose Women dedicates a segment to lessons from the clash, inviting therapists and activists to unpack the psychology. Ratings holding steady as viewers tune in for catharsis. Judi emerges stronger, her stand-up routines now laced with self-deprecating jabs at the kick I almost regretted, drawing crowds that fill theaters from Edinburgh to Essex. Meghan, invigorated, announces a new initiative, Sisters in Spotlight, a fund for women of color in media, with Judi as an ambassador and no salary, just solidarity. The backlash lingers in corners, trolls dredging old clips, royal watchers decrying staged softness, but the tide turns, with polls showing 62% siding with honest dialogue over polished facades. Harry's relief is palpable in a rare Instagram story, a sunset over their avocado orchard, captioned "Grateful for Grace." The firm, thawing slightly, extends an olive branch, a private tea with Charles. No tiara is required. As autumn leaves carpet London streets, the incident morphs from scandal to seminar, inspiring podcasts like Clash to Cash, monetizing conflict, and bookshelves groaning under the Loose Women wars. Judi guest hosts on Graham Norton, trading barbs with A-listers who admit, "I'd kill for that kind of live-wire moment." As the dust settles into a fine powder of forgetfulness for some, for others, the echo of that studio showdown reverberates through careers, reshaping trajectories like a river carving canyons. Judi Love, once the panel's comic relief with a side of sass, ascends to icon status, her agent fielding offers from Netflix specials to motivational speaking tours in Dubai. The kick heard round the world. They dubbed her one-woman show, a sold-out affair where she reenacts the moment with exaggerated flair, complete with a prop share that scrapes on cue, eliciting roars from audiences hungry for authenticity in an age of filters. Book deals follow an unfiltered, a black woman's guide to speaking your crown flying off shelves, its pages pulsing with essays on the intersection of humor and hurt, race and resilience. She mentors young comics in Brixton workshops, her laughter a beacon. But privately, therapy sessions unpack the isolation of being the strong one, the weight of representation that nearly buckled her knees. Meghan, meanwhile, leverages the moment into a masterclass in reinvention, her memoir's sequel Beyond the Break, conversations that cut deep, topping charts, chapters devoted to the Judi effect, exploring how conflict catalyzes growth. Archewell expands, grants flowing to UK programs supporting diverse voices in telly, a quiet reparations for the ripple she unwittingly caused. Invitations pour from TED stages where she keynotes on vulnerability as victory to late-night couches where she trades stories with Jimmy Fallon, her poise now laced with a harder edge, a survivor's glint. Harry, ever the anchor, co-authors a children's book on arguing with kindness, illustrated with whimsical dueling dragons that end in tea parties. The Royals, prodded by public sentiment, launch subtle reforms of diversity training in Palace HR, a scholarship in Meghan's name for journalism students of color. A step small but seismic. Loose Women evolves too, introducing hot seat hours where guests sign waivers for unscripted sparring, hosted by rotating panels, turning potential pitfalls into program punch. Ratings soar, but so does scrutiny, with critics praising the boldness while activists monitor for tokenism. Peering deeper into the cultural kaleidoscope, this Loose Women melee mirrors larger maelstroms of the eternal dance between celebrity and scrutiny, where every spotlight casts long shadows of doubt. Historians draw parallels to Wallace Simpson's 1930s exile, but with smartphones as the new abdication crisis, amplifying whispers to worldwide wails. Feminists dissect it through lenses of solidarity versus savagery. Essays in The Guardian pondering if Judi's stand was lateral violence or necessary friction in the fight for equity. Race scholars at Oxford convene panels, from Meghan's mirror to Judi's mic, Black women in white spaces, filling lecture halls with students scribbling notes on how media magnifies marginalization. The economic aftershocks. ITV's ad revenue balloons by 25%. Loose Women merch t-shirts emblazoned with Talk That Talk is selling out online, while Meghan's lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, sees a 300% uptick in sign-ups. Punters clamoring for the post-clash chutney. Philanthropy surges too. A Queens United fundraise nets £2 million for women's shelters. Judi and Meghan co-chairing virtually. Their joint video A Simple We Rise Together garnering 50 million views. Pop culture appropriates it gleefully. A Saturday Night Live skit with Kate McKinnon as Judi kicking a big Chloe Fineman Meghan off a mock set, ending in a conga line rap battles on SoundCloud sampling the audio clip. Even Fortnite skins dubbed Duchess Dash and Panel Punch. Academics publish The Sussex Love Paradigm, Conflict as Content in the Attention Economy, arguing its peak capitalism outrage optimized for algorithms. Politicians dip toes. UK MPs reference it in diversity bills. American senators invoke it during confirmation hearings on handling heat. Globally, translations ripple. In Nigeria, Judi's hailed as anti-warrior. In Australia, Meghan's the Sheila who wouldn't shear. But the human cost whispers louder. Judi's daughter asks, "Mum, did you hurt her feelings?" Prompting bedtime stories on empathy. Meghan's therapy journals fill with entries on the loneliness of leading. Lies emerge unexpectedly. Queen Elizabeth, in a pre-recorded message before her passing, alludes to family feuds fostering forgiveness, a subtle olive branch. The podcast Boom It births a clash casts hosted by the duo, bi-weekly deep dives on Discord tops charts, sponsors lining up from ComApp to Comics T. Legacy builds brick by brick, scholarships named Love Markle Scholars at Howard and LSE, curriculum updated to include live TV ethics. As seasons turn, the incident fades from front pages to folklore, a parable passed at dinner parties. Remember when Judi gave Meg the boot? Best thing for both. It humanizes the untouchables, reminding that behind the headlines lurk hearts as fragile as they are fierce. Viewers, in this mosaic of meaning, witness how a single spark can illuminate injustices, ignite imaginations, and ultimately, integrate into the tapestry of progress a fiery forge for a fairer narrative.